Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, I've got a pair of booties for you today. Slightly different from the ones that I've already done. Bottom is the same, but it's a different rib. And I've got the plain version, I've got a slightly different version, but this is the one with the rib pattern, and I think these are really cute. These are 0 to 3 months. And made in DK yarn, lightweight yarn number 3, and I've done this in a lovely duck egg blue. So let me show you how to make these. I'm using Pato's Everyday DK yarn, and you will need, yay, my 3.5mm crochet hook is back. Okay, haven't used that for a while actually. This is my to-go-to for hats and baby shoes. Right, let's begin. What you need to do, this pattern is made up of single crochet for the rib, and you'll have single crochet in here and double crochet and half double crochet. If you don't know how to do any of those, I will show you as slow as possible, but if you don't know, then I do have individual videos listed, and also for a slip knot and how to chain as well, so you can go ahead and have a look at those and then come back. But if you want to go with me, then I'll go as slow as I can. So do your slip knot however you do your slip knot. Let's grab a bit of yarn from this new ball and chain 9. Okay, if you want to make these for 3 to 6 months, then just use a 4.5mm crochet hook. This is a 3.5 for the 0 to 3. So yarn over and go into the 3rd stitch. There's the first one, there's the second and the third, and go in there and do a double crochet. So go in, pull up a loop and pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet, and we want another one in there. So technically that chain 2 and these 2 half double crochets will class as 3 half double crochets on this side of the shoe. We now want to go along the chain and do 5 half double crochets in the next 5 stitches, 1 in each stitch. And 5. Okay, in your very last stitch, place 6 half double crochets. Make sure that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, not one more. So 6 half double crochets, and then you want to work on the opposite side of the chain, starting from here, and do a half double crochet and do a half double crochet all the way across. So that's 5 in total. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the very last stitch, you can either go into here, but you probably know from my other tutorials, I go in this little V here. I don't like that to get any more bigger than it needs to, so go into that little V and do 3 half double crochets, because we have 3 on the other side, including that chain 2. So you want to slip stitch on top of that chain 2 there, and that's round 1. Now you want to chain 3 and into the same stitch do a double crochet now. So yarn over, go into the space, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So that's technically 2 in that one space, and we need to do that 2 more times. So go into the next one, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and into the very same stitch do another one. into the next one, 2 double crochets as well. So you've got 2, 2 and 2. We need to now do 5 double crochets along. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5. We will now come to the 6 stitches at the end here, and into those 6 stitches we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So you've got 6 half double crochets here, and we need to do 2 in each one. So 1 and 2 double crochets in the one stitch, and do that 5 more times. Do slow me down if I'm going too fast. Okay, so you now have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's 12 in total. You now want to work this side, and you want to place 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, this can happen sometimes with the yarn. Don't worry about this hole, we can go and fix that. It's a very simple fix. I'll just do this round and I'll show you how to do that. It's just when we do the initial chain, you know, if it's a little bit loose it can happen. So you've got 3 stitches remaining. You want to do 2 double crochets in each one. And slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 that we did. Okay, I'm just going to pull this out for a little bit and I'll show you what I mean. So we work that yarn across. Just pop it out. Okay, and grab a needle. You can do this now because you can do it after as well, but, excuse me, you won't stretch your work. So just go to the one side and go to the opposite side. And then go back again. And you don't need to make a knot. Just going backwards and forwards a couple of times is more than enough. And you don't want a knot hurting the baby's foot. Okay, so snip that off. Right, back to the shoe. See? Been resolved. Okay, now we want to do 34 half double crochets all the way around into the back loops only. So chain 1 and into that same stitch do a half double crochet. So yarn over, go in and do a half double crochet. That's number 1. Then yarn over and you've got 2 loops. You want to go into the back loop. Okay, so yarn over and go into each and every back loop with a half double crochet. I'm assuming that you know how to do half double crochet. If not, it is just simply yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop and pull through 3. Yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 3. Okay, that's your half double crochet. I'll just do my count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. It should be 34. $32, $33 and $34, and you want to slip stitch into that first half double crochet here. Now it's important that you're in the center, and for this pattern I always move one across. We need to be here, so I just slip stitch into the next stitch here. So go into the next stitch here, pull the yarn through there and through there, so you're now more central. Okay, so chain 1 and go into the very same stitch and do a half double crochet. We need to do 8 more. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We now want to do a stitch called 2 double crochets together, and we need to do 8 sets of those. So yarn over, and I'll show you how to do one. Yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop and pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops, pull through all 3. That's 2 double crochets together. Let's do one more. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop and pull through 2, and then pull through all 3. That's how you do your 2 double crochets together. So I've got 2, I need to do 6 more. That's 4, 5, 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7 and 8. And you should have 9 stitches remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. Just checking. So for the remainder of the 9 stitches, do half double crochets. So yarn over, go into the next stitch and do your half double crochet, and carry on with 9 half double crochets to the end of the row. And 9. The last one might look a bit weird, but that's because we slipped over, so it won't look like a normal, but there are 9, you must do 9 because we did 9 that side. So go ahead and slip stitch into the first half double crochet there. And that's what we have here so far. Okay. Chain 1, go into the same stitch again here and do a half double crochet. Then do another 8, 9 in total. And 9. Double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Fabulous. Now we need to do 4 sets of these 2 double crochets together. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through all 3. That's your 2 double crochets together. We need to do 3 more. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Do bear with me. It's this yarn. I've just opened another ball of this duck egg and I need to get one of those spinny things for my yarn. Okay, so we should have 9. So don't make the mistake in going to that. We've already worked that one. So go into the next one and do a half double crochet and you should have 9 half double crochets in total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, that's the toe part of the shoe. Now we need to do 1 row of single crochets. There should be 22. So chain 1, go into that very first one and do a single. Single is just pulling up a loop and pulling through 2. Pulling up a loop, pulling through 2. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you should have 22 all the way around. (21) and 22. Slip stitch into the first single crochet. Okay, so that is the toe part of the shoe done, and we are now going to make this ribbed cuff, and I'll show you how to do this. It's not difficult. So from here, chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now you can go a bit bigger than that if you want to. You can do 13, you can do 15, you can do however many chains, but this is 11 chain, and that's the length that I like my cuff. I don't like massive cuffs on 0 to 3 months. If you want to make 3 to 6, you could maybe go up to 13 chains, but it's long enough, and remember it's folded over as well, so, and because it's a rib, it's quite chunky. Well, yeah, it's got a chunky look to it. So back to the chain. So I've chained 11, so miss that one, go into the next one and do a single crochet, and you want to do 10 single crochets worked along this chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah, we got 2 more, and a very little one here. Do not miss that one if you want to just count in your head. Okay, and the way that you attach this then to the shoe is that's where we've just worked from. Go into the next stitch here, so that's where we are now in this one. Go to this one and do a slip stitch. Remember how I showed you to tighten the slip stitch? You get a neater look, pull that one and then pull that one. Not too tight, but just to pull in the yarn, and then slip stitch again. So you slip stitch 2. Then don't chain, just turn your work over. And if you just look at the top of your work, you'll see these 2 slip chains that we did. Can you see 1 and 2? You want to go into the actual, the one after that. And the other way to check that if you are working, you might not be able to see here, but there'll be 2 small chains here which we slipped. And the very first one, you can see that level is attached here. So go into that and do a single crochet, but in the back loops to create that rib. It's a bit fiddly. So there's both, but you want the back. So you might, for the first row, you might have to just hold your work like that and then go in. So go into the back loops only, single crochets. Now when you get to the very last one, this one, don't go into the back loop, go into both loops. Gives it a nicer finish. So go for the very last one, go into the back, both loops. Then you chain one and flip your work. But when you do this side coming down, you don't need to do both. It's just remember that when you come into the top, that's when you want to work in both loops, but not again. So just the back loops now. So 10. So you chain one, flip your work and do your 10 single crochets. Let me make sure that it is 10. I think there is one more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, there isn't. Can be a bit tricky. Right, so we've worked that one, so go into the next one and slip stitch, and then go into the next one and slip stitch. If it gets a bit difficult, just you can, you know, be a bit more, you can hold the booty as you need it, yeah? Don't worry that you're going to scrunch up the work, because remember they're soft, they just form back to where they need to be. So flip your work, miss 2, slip stitches, and then go back again into the back loops. So you're working every back loop for these single crochets to give it that lovely rib. And then when you get to the top here, it's both. Okay, make sure it's both. Then chain one, flip your work, go into the back only. Oh dear, and I've dropped the ball on the floor. Never mind. Knew that was going to happen. The ball was not playing ball today. That sounded weird. Right, so one more. And then go into the next one and slip stitch, and then go into the next one to slip stitch. That's how we attach our work. Flip your work, miss those 2 slip stitches, and go ahead and do your single crochets, back loop only, and there should be 10. When you get to the top, go through both loops, chain one, flip your work, back loops only. You can slow me down at any point, especially at this point, if you're not sure how I'm attaching the cuff to the shoe, but I'll show you again here, and I'll show you how to begin again. So we're coming to the end. Here's my last one. So you can clearly see that one we've worked into, so forget that one. Go to the next one and slip stitch, and go to the next one and slip stitch. Turn your work over, no chain. There's your slip stitch and your slip stitch, they're tiny. That's your first part of your cuff. And then go straight into there and do your single crochet row again. When you get to the last one, go through both, chain one. So that's how the ribbing is looking. Yeah, and you will continue to do that all the way around, okay? And when you get to here, slip stitch into this very last stitch and leave a bit of yarn. And then I won't do this whole thing, I don't want to keep you too long, but it is pretty straightforward now. So you carry on with that method all the way to the end. And even if you finish here, for whatever reason, if you've done anything wrong, just slip stitch into this tiny one here to close up the work, and then leave an extra bit of yarn. And to sew, I will pretend that I'm sewing these two ends. So pretend this is the cuff. Remember, you need to, this is going to be worked on the outside, okay, because we're going to be folding the cuff back, okay? So when you get to here, sorry, when you've done that all the way around and you've come here, just as it is, don't turn it inside out, just grab it, grab the two, which will technically be one of these and that, and just do your I don't know what the stitch is called, I keep getting confused, but the one where you can just you know, pull it through both. Is it whip stitch? So take it right up to the end and cut your yarn and then fold your cuff back. So that's the shoe, okay? I'll just quickly show you how I did that then. So yeah, so I've worked all the way around and I'm here, and I left a bit of extra yarn, and then literally as it is, don't turn anything out inside out, just grab your two, because remember these stitches are going to be on this side. We are going to fold the cuff over, so it needs to be on the outside. Don't go in, just on the outer side. Hope that makes sense. This is my lovely ribbed baby shoe. Hope you like this pattern. Zoom in a little bit for you. I like to separate my sole from the top. You don't have to, but I think it just gives it a smarter look. So if you want to make the, sorry, I keep bringing you in and out. If you want to make the 3 to 6 months, use a 4.5mm crochet hook, and you will just need a DK yarn, lightweight number 3, and you're good to go. Hope you like this tutorial, guys. It's been a little bit of a long one because maybe I'm over explaining things, but yeah, you can zoom me forward where you need to and just pause me where you need to as well. So thanks again everybody for your support. Please do subscribe, like and share, and I've got a few things coming up today, so hopefully I'll see you later on. Bye.